Are we live? Oh, hey, how are you doing, everyone? Welcome to the Skinny Jean Gardner Show, everyone. Welcome back. Tonight, we are doing part 2 of what we did on Wednesday's show, everyone. Have I just frozen? Is it just frozen on me, guys? Is it just... Can you still see me? I don't know. What's this happened to my screen? Can you still see me? What has just happened, everyone? My whole screen's just froze. Unsure what's happened, right? What's it? Can you see this? What's going on? Wait. Are we on? What just happened there? No idea. Oh, not the internet again. Not tonight, guys, of all nights. We are back for part 2, everyone, of the show. I think we might have some issues tonight. I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna try and rock on through. Slow down. We will rock on through with tonight's show live for you, everyone. You can comment tonight. Phone lines are not open tonight. They're not open because we've got a lot to get through tonight, team. So without further ado, let's kick off the show. Facilia. Or Pacilia, if you just read it off there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear Anon. I've done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, elephant poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, alright?
Are you going to get composted, Lee?
Yeah,
Migration.
This is my favourite one. It's my favourite song. Good evening. I had a very... Can you hear me? Hello? I had a very good birthday here, so thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your kind messages. Didn't see me in Beddoes write me a message, but... Right, let me know you're about in the comments. Say hello. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, guys. Hello, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Sucks. Bit. Just. Top 3. Top 3 in the house. What did I do for my birthday yesterday? It's a very good question. A lovely day. Olive made it a lovely. She was at school for most of it, but it's a lovely day. Little party in the evening. Party for free. Had a party for free last year with Aid and Dale. This year, party for free. Sam and Olive. Wasn't quite. No, it was good. I should mention it was nice. It was good, but it was not. No, it was good. It was nice. Keep digging. Keep digging. Okay. If you want to give it a thumbs up tonight, if you give it a thumbs up in the group, then there'll be no adverts. It's up to you. Need at least 3 thumbs up to make sure there's no adverts. Friday. It's over here. Oh, 40 seconds left. Okay, then we're going to start the show. Thanks for commenting, everyone, tonight. Comment throughout the night. Let me know you're about. Remember that week I didn't do anything? That was only a week ago. We are back, and we're back. Welcome everyone to the Skinny Jean Gardener Show. I had a great birthday yesterday. Really nice. Thanks so much, everyone, for your kind messages. Tonight we're back. We're back for another watch along. This week, I launched the School Gardening Success Plan. Everyone, if you don't know what it is, it's an amazing plan that can get your school gardening. All you have to do is visit skinnyjeangardener.co.uk/school success to get your school having absolute complete success in this year, 2021, and beyond, everyone, and beyond. We did a great interview. Thanks so much, Suggs. Great interview on Monday. Some technical issues, sure. We've got some great interviews coming up as well. We've got some great things coming up with some people from other podcasts, other YouTube channels, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited talking about it. And I've got a great response this week. So thank you to everyone that has shared and checked out the videos for the School Garden Success Plan and just told someone about it. If you've told anyone about it, then big respect to you. I really appreciate it. Even if you're not into gardening, even if you're just sitting there with your wife and you say, do you know about School Garden Success Plan? And you say, and you go, have a nice little conversation about it and say, hey, that handsome guy with the glasses is doing it. He wears glasses now. Yeah. So he must be smart. Right? Anyone? We've got a lot to get through tonight, team. So let me know what you think in the comments tonight. We have got, right, how much of this have we got? Let's have a little look. Last Wednesday, we started this. And I thought it would be apt to celebrate a whole year since we did this tour. It does get to me. I did realise on Wednesday, it does get to me a little bit. That, everyone, it's going to be a few years till we do something like this. One thing that I did realise, though, if as Sugget said, is you should do more of this, man. This is great. And I mean, I demonise this tour a little bit because of the school gardening plan, but he's right. Like, I want to get back out there and visit schools and keep that energy flowing. As much as the school plan keeps that consistency and that constant support, the energy from this sort of thing really helps push it. So that's why I'm showing this tonight. Let's have a little look at where we got up to. You may know that we actually aptly got up to the point. Oh, slow down. We actually got up to the point. Is it loading? There we go. Of my birthday. So I didn't get woken up like this on my birthday this year. Just so you know. Not quite like this, guys. Not quite like this. Right. Should we do it? This is what happened. Next. Is it struggling to play?
Morning, Lee.
Morning. Are you kidding me? Every time you get me up.
Well, why wouldn't there be technical issues, everyone? Why is it not playing?
How you feel?
Why is it not playing? We had this last time, didn't we? Have we had this before? Why is it not playing tonight? Come on. Right, remove from studio. Sorry about this, team. It's Friday. It's, I'm stuck again. Frozen again. I don't know if you can hear me What is no, I have no idea what's going on tonight. Really struggling again. Start of the week, we're having technical issues. I'm gonna have to spend the weekend having a little look at this. Maybe it's because we didn't have an issue on Wednesday, did we? It really flowed nice. Let's try and get this back up again, team. So obviously you saw that bit.
Was gonna.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, team.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lee. To G Gardner. Happy birthday to you. Morning, Lee.
Morning. Are you kidding me? Every time you get me like, come on. Just as I wake up.
How you feeling, Lee? Go. You're on camera.
I feel, great. I feel, great. I got nothing at the moment. Thanks for the party, streamers. Oh.
Not great. Dale only told me the other day that at this point, you may think he's being a bit harsh with me, yeah? He said them two had spoken and said he needs to get some sort of emotion out of Lee this morning. He goes in, team. He goes in hard.
It's quite an easy day today. Yeah. Finish at 2. At 2. We won't. We'll go over because just
That's Stuart's school, by the way. We're saying we're going to go. We're definitely going to go over, Dale.
school. Is there anything you want to do at that school if you know it well? Like what? Spend a bit more time in the second session. We can do a school, a class. We can speak to teachers. They're really good schools to speak to teachers. Good teachers? Good teachers.
Great teachers. Mr. Stuart Jackson, great teachers.
Good talkers. And maybe try and sit and do some bits, just like chat with me. So we can get a bit of that. Go on.
It's frozen again. Isn't it?
this year.
Come on. The rate. Why is it keep frozen?
build. Like what? Spend a bit more time in the second session. We can do a school, a class. We can speak to teachers. They're really good schools to speak to teachers. Good teachers? Good teachers. Good talkers. And maybe try and sit and do some bits, just like chat with me.
Oh, it's painful to watch. I was so tired.
So we can get
I was like, it's my birthday and this geezer's going in on me.
a bit of that. Go on. Maybe if you can do it long form, maybe that could be a good opportunity for you to, what do you mean, like share your mission with them a bit more. With them. We want you to cry. That's what we want you to.
As you can see, this is brotherly rivalry right here. This is like, I felt like he wanted me to, what he was really trying to do is get some sort of emotion out of me. I was not in the mood on my birthday morning for that sort of.
Oh dear. That's what we're looking for.
I just spent the night sleeping next to these two, snoring away.
Yeah, I'm not crying. I might cry. I had tears in my eyes this week. When I stood in that room, I heard that girl had her story. I was sad about it. It's sad. Like, you just need to be just get yourself in the space.
Live. Morning, everyone. Day 3 of the tour.
we're here. Yeah, and the sun, it was shining, but it's not now, so it's coming though. Really interesting. We started this tour on Monday, and this morning I woke up feeling like I sort of knew a bit more what it was all about, and that we're actually making a good and positive impact on the kids and schools that we visit. So yeah, it's always been about getting kids excited about gardening. But for once, this has been one of them eye-opener things that we've done. That I feel like we really are making a difference to these children's lives. And it's not just about getting them excited about gardening, but actually giving them a chance to get gardening and get their hands in the soil. And also we're meeting quite a few different types of people, like teachers, head teachers, parents, forest school teachers, all of them with the same idea that getting gardening into schools and getting kids gardening more than anything is important. So it's really nice to see like a different overview of what they feel like they can do and what they can bring to the party. Right, so do you want to say hello to them?
It's true, like I really started. I spoke to a lot of teachers by this point. I think there was a slow realization about what was going on here, right? So, I knew that there needed to be more. This is the point. You're probably getting to the point right now where I realised that school gardening is ridiculously important. And like, we were doing great stuff here, but there was so much more that could be done. So that's the sort of thing that's happening in my head right now.
Say hello to them all. Okay. It was really good yesterday seeing a different side of what kids do for gardening. So I think sometimes I take it for granted that I've got a garden. Some of the children we met just had like a windowsill and thought maybe they can't even garden because of that fact, and that's just not the case. As we know, I do talk about it a lot, but sometimes in my head I forget that. And yesterday sort of brought that down a little bit to what we're doing. So yeah, interesting.
Thank you so much, guys.
Really nice to see you. Thank you, man.
See that? We just shook hands. You see that? Remember those days? He could have been the last person I shook hands with. He wasn't. What you're going to see now, I think we went to an amazing school there, right out in the country. I think we go right into the city now. I'm not sure whereabouts we are in the world. Hang on, we'll find out.
Tour.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Where you going? Mine's
Yeah, which way? That way, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it going to get serious now? Get ready for this. It's an absolute drop, and this is it. This is the realization. Ready?
We've got lost a few times. The last 2 days we've seen extremes where kids haven't even got a space to actually do anything and just got a windowsill, to today where we've got kids that have almost too much space basically. But it doesn't change the way that both sets of kids want to garden. They're both really passionate about gardening, but it does show that, you don't have to put this in, Aid, but that as an industry we don't look enough at the kids and children without spaces. It's all right for people going around saying, oh, come on, it's like it's me. I feel like I'm a hypocrite. Like I'm going around calling on kids and parents to get gardening, and we've got kids without a garden and who feel like they're not part of it. They feel like they're not part of it because they've not got a space. You just brought up like YouTube and all the people that we see on Instagram doing good for gardening. About how many of them are even?
What do you mean when you say doing good for gardening? What does that mean?
Doing good about promoting gardening.
I was being really subtle here, right? I don't want to go in too hard. Hang on, let's just see what he has to say, then I'll go in hard afterwards. Hang on.
Like, it's good. Everyone's doing all right. I'm not laying into people about this.
It's about laying in. It's about
Hold on, I'm gonna lay in.
how would you know unless you went from Birmingham to here, from tower blocks to little hamlets,
Acres,
or
yeah.
acres or whatever.
We're not talking about it enough.
When you then look at content that's put out there, it's like the fashion industry where there's not 4 seasons anymore.
No.
It's a season every single day. And I wonder sometimes how much within garden content is we do that in gardening. There's a new thing every single day, but we're not getting to the crux of it. No.
The We're really not. And I feel
It's all
like
just for Insta or
Yeah, but-
Twitter or.
Yeah, and I feel like look, I'm proud of my book. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going on this tour, and I feel like actually this is not. It's a great book for people with a garden. It's a good. I don't know. Yeah, it's making me question everything that I put out, basically, or that I have put out before. Because I think it's good. You know, it's good for people with gardens. But what are the parents sitting at home in a flat who don't have the space? Like, what are they thinking when they see this stuff? Like, if they're looking on their phones, seeing most of the industry, but with an allotment, like who's got the luxury of an allotment or a garden like myself? Like, who's got the luxury? Not many.
Who's the content serving? Like, or who's the content for? Is it for them? Like, I'm not laying into the industry. I just think that you need to get out into the UK. Like,
I think it just makes you think of content. I mean, it just makes you think what you're putting out there. I think.
So this is it, right? So this is. Let me just give you a bit of thinking a year later about that. You would have seen this if you got me on Instagram. I have had enough. Now, there's exceptions. I don't. I think there's people out there that have put their story out there, right? I am fed up. There's people doing Instagram, Twitter, doing whatever they're doing, YouTube, putting their story out. I am getting real fed up of seeing in our industry big gardens, big allotments. I don't see many Instagram. I might be right now. I'm not on social media as much anymore, right? You don't see any TV programs helping someone in a flat garden, right? You do see it's really tough. Now, even a year later, I'm still struggling. I think social media is absolutely ruining it. I think media and social media. This is one of the reasons I stopped sharing bits in my garden. Yeah, this is one of the reasons. One of the things you would have noticed last year is I'm in this shed. This is where I speak to you. I don't show my garden anymore. There's a few reasons for that. One is because it's my safe space. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to do my thing. I got fed up of showing it. You don't see Olive as much anymore because of the same reason. She's my daughter. She don't want to do it as much anymore. But I'm fed up of keep seeing ridiculously sized gardens. Or how do I go in? I'm fed up of seeing ridiculously sized gardens by people that maybe they haven't got a lot of money, or maybe they have, but the way they speak as if money just comes from nowhere, and it's just like, yeah, cool, well, we'll go and spend a tenner on a bag of compost. We'll go and buy a £50 tool. We'll go and buy a £400 lawnmower. Like, now, I've been part of that problem, right? You would have seen me this podcast be sponsored by a good few years ago now, not last year with Flymo, but a good few years ago, a brand which, at the end of the day, normal people can't afford or are even thinking about. Yeah, that's why I loved doing Flymo last year, because it was a product which is affordable to the normal person. I'm fed up of seeing people walking around with £120 trousers on, or a watering can the size of a thimble that costs 50 quid. Because the only person, there is going to be people out there in the garden industry that are like, yeah, wicked, yeah, like my audience buys it. But these kids and their parents, don't be wrong, some of the parents we saw could probably, but generally, most of them, no chance. No, I couldn't. Absolutely no way. I'm really getting fed up now. I mean, I don't do it as much anymore, but I'm getting fed up of seeing #ad, #gifted, because we all know that we wouldn't go and buy them things. And I know that there's going to be a few places which they are probably not going to get a few jobs because of me saying that. But I stand by it. I'm fed up of seeing it. You won't see me advertising anything expensive or ridiculous or something you do not need anymore, because I think that social media has created an absolute monster by that. Oh, that's a little rant. Oh, I feel a bit better now. I feel a bit better. Who are we serving? Who are we serving? It's going to be a discussion for another week, isn't it? It's just a pet hate of mine. And from this tour, I really realised it. I really realised that people on Insta, people on Twitter, people on YouTube saying you can get 10% off a product, which a lot of people can't. Like Gardener's World, a Gardener's World viewer might be able to get it or need it. Where are we at? Where are we actually serving normal folk? Really? You really started on one. Oh, Gardener's got a bad rap, right? Gardener's got a bad rap. Everyone thinks it's for people with a lot of money. Well, I ain't surprised. Right. For anyone in the comment, I know, right? I know I've been part of this problem. I've been part of it. And I apologise that I've been part of it. Who are we serving? That's the thing. Who are we actually serving on this? You want a new audience to get into gardening? Do you really? Because I don't need a £50 watering can to get gardening. That's going to get some DMs. Anyway.
Lee, known as the...
And if you do want to put a picture of me up, by the way, not David Attenborough, but in your school, that's fine as well.
Hello everyone, are you all good? Yeah, it's great to see you all. I'm well excited to see you. Right, everyone.
You're going to see Stuart Jackson in a minute, everyone. I've calmed down now. Every child in this class made me a birthday card. I only got 4 yesterday, so thanks everyone.
While we do this, Aid over here is going to be filming at the same time because people are going to be watching this on Friday. We are getting 10,000 children, including you, lovely, to be part of this challenge of sowing seeds. So 5,000 people are going to be watching through there. Say hello to them.
Without having this in your school, what would happen?
I think it has an impact on children's well-being.
Yeah.
I know this isn't in word at the moment, but I think it absolutely does. It gives them time to be peaceful, to be mindful. It has a benefit for their teamwork. So looking at the positives, you can see if you didn't have those, it might impact and give negatives. So their teamwork, their problem skills, their resilience. When they're outside now, they're doing a forest school session and they're learning to persevere and do things. They're out in all weathers. Yeah. So that impacts their daily life and their learners. And as a school, we do really well. Yeah. But we don't just do well because we teach English and maths. We teach the whole curriculum and we develop the whole child. So I think if you took this element of outdoor learning away, you might limit the children in their future opportunities, but also in the way they grow so holistically in this school. So I'd hope wholeheartedly, and you can hear it happening now, see the benefits. And I think there's more for us to do.
Awesome. I think really at this school, Ashton Keynes, you know Stuart, he's been on the show so many times. Such an amazing, by the way, this is a compost that they're rolling around. I love this. It's the first time and the only time I've ever seen one. Such a fantastic school that Stu does such amazing things with us. Like, they're so passionate. And there's been a few times I've been down to this school. I think they're brilliant.
So it's about getting them involved. As a child, I did it. As my school teacher believed in gardening, to learn to use it as a resource. And that's basically what I do. I use the polytunnel or the garden as a resource. And they're brilliant, they love it. And as you can see, they love being outside. We can learn just as much outside as we can in the classroom.
It's better for the environment. Yeah. And also, we're the future adults, so if we have more of the growing, so then we have more experience, so then we can tell our children, and then they can tell their children, so we can have a better planet.
She's so right. This is what I say all the time, that if these kids are learning about gardening, I feel like we've got a bit of a generation where we haven't got. I feel a bit bad after that rant I did earlier. I apologise. It was just a little bit of an annoyance that I've got at the moment with that sort of thing. I apologise for that. But she's so right. Yeah, that if they're learning about gardening, then they can teach their children. I do feel like we've got a bit of and I'm probably in that age bracket of people that don't know about gardening or how to garden, but I wanted to become second nature. That's why we did the school plan. That's why it happens, and that's why it's been created.
But why is it important for Lee to come and do things like this?
It just shows that it's accessible. You can, it's just like an author coming in or a pop star coming in. It is somebody they can connect with.
I agree with him. 100% agree with him. It's like a pop star coming in, like Bono. Who's Bono?
And as you can see, they love him, you know, and it's lovely to see. And it's better coming from somebody else as well sometimes, because it's not, Mr. Jackson's not always right, but perhaps if Lee says the same, then they'll believe it.
I really do. I think Mr. Jackson does great stuff. We need to get him back on at some point.
And I think children need to get outside, and some children respond better to sort of getting their hands dirty and growing plants and being in the outdoor environment and setting off seeds, like here we're doing a wildflower area, because then they can actually see the seeds germinating and growing, and then it's sort of their future really, isn't it? They can grow the vegetables and then they can pick them and they can eat them, or they can see the flowers and they can see the insects landing on them. So I think that's why it's important to get outside.
To make sure
They love this. This is so much fun doing this wildflower bits. Hang on.
spread it nice and evenly, okay? So we've talked a lot about having a template for schools of what other schools can do, and I definitely think like meeting people, which makes it really easy for other schools that are thinking about it and just want to dip their toe into it to get involved. So yeah, good, positive day today.
It was my birthday yesterday. My God. It's really windy out there tonight, team. Okay, day 4, everyone. This is Michelle. You were seen at RHS. I can't remember. Michelle, I really apologise. I can't remember what it is. But Michelle's school. We're going to interview her in a second. I need to get on the show. I really do. We're going to make that happen at some point. It was a rubbish weather this day, but we packed everyone. I mean, it's not happening ever again. Packed everyone into the school hall. There's Michelle there. That's how quick it happened. So let's get off day 4.
So I'm a parent volunteer. I don't work here, I'm a parent volunteer. And we decided that together, me, Anna and Eleanor, that we would do, bring gardening into Ashmount, you know, for more of a, for the urban children and the community around here, because a lot of them live in blocks of flats. So we just, every Monday, lunchtime and Thursday, we do an hour session where, yeah, we do planting and sowing, and we kind of draw off of the community, parents that got skills that they can bring and help. So it's all literally self-funded, self-run by the parents, for the parents in the community.
How long have you been doing it for here?
So for here, we've literally started last year.
Oh, okay, so not long at all.
No. So
And can I just say, I'm going to cut in here, right? In 1 year, they've done a ridiculous amount. Like, it was amazing. You're going to see it in a second. But people like Michelle are just the best people to get this going. It just wouldn't happen without people like Michelle, the teachers that make it happen, the Forest School teachers like Stuart. And the school plan, that's sort of what we're talking about this week, isn't it? It's not to get rid of those people. It's to support them, make it easier, and take a bit of the stress away from it.
We literally started in October.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to you're right. It is a lot of pressure to have all of that on your shoulders for a whole school.
Thinking and everything kind of blew up. It just went really well. So from that, so yeah.
So how difficult was it then to come into a school as a parent and say, oh, I want to do something?
So I started the community gardens across the road with my son the summer before, and he literally came in with because we'd never done anything in the flat. And he brought in some tomatoes, chilies. He had a meeting. This is really what happened. He had a meeting with the headmaster, and literally said, I think my mum should come and do a gardening club. So they said, when anything's free in a school, they'll literally grab you for it, honestly. So, we literally, I found some parents, Eleanor and Anna, and we just got together.
Like you said, like, there's a lot of children live in like high-rise buildings and flats and stuff.
Yeah.
So this is their only place to really get their hands dirty in garden.
Yeah.
How do you think that that changed the way they are?
I think we've had varying children that come. So we have a lot of SEN children that come that might not speak. I mean, last year we had a little boy that literally would not eat fruit and vegetables. He didn't talk very much, didn't like interaction with other people unless he'd really known them. And he really came to life, and you see their little eyes, you know, they just come to life. And then there's lots of children that maybe they might do like hyacinths, you know, on your windowsill.
Yeah.
And then going from that to then go growing your own tomatoes. So you say to me, how do you get the parents involved? I think when you see a small collection of parents doing something quite big, then more people want to get involved. And as long as you're not scared to have a go and fail, as long as you're not scared of the getting told no, because no can always become yes, that's my thing, then you're away. So,
I mean, that is so inspirational. It's just amazing. It's such a cool person as well. She's always dropping me a message saying how I'm doing. That was such a great school.
Going to what?
I'll tell you what. One thing I did throw me a little bit, right? So I feel like I'm really, I don't know. Feel like my childhood and my schools were pretty lucky, to be honest with you. And when I was put in that situation, when I was, how do you want to say this nicely? These nice things to say, but when you get to see what other children and what space they have, like really have, you've seen over tonight and on Wednesday different schools you visited, and when you do get to go to these sort of schools, you get to see that this means a lot to these children. Like, no wonder they're so excited, because this is their only point of contact with the soil, and that really got to me. It made me think. After that little rant, I've calmed down a little bit, but it made me realise, if I was one of them children watching or looking on Instagram and seeing how things were, that would upset me. I feel upset now thinking about it. Because I'd be like, Mum, why haven't we got like a garden? Why have we not got that? And that's why I think having it in schools is so important. I feel really I don't know what's up with me tonight. I feel really emotional about this, but it just got me. It really did. I feel like I'm getting in me now. And like I say, because I visited schools before, but maybe not schools in such built-up areas, I didn't realise how important it is to them. Right, let's continue this, because I feel like I'm going to cry. God.
It's going to be the biggest school we're going to feature on here. So
next school we go to, I think it's about 650 children in one go. It's the biggest one we've ever done.
Over 600, Dave? Mm-hmm. Over 600 kids all at once.
You've got
This is a really big school.
Let the teachers know.
680 children today.
We've run out of water. Run out of water.
It doesn't look like it from that shot, but there's a load of other kids, probably double that were not allowed to be filmed. But it was ridiculous size.
And that's one of the things I think I might have.
Again, this was another school, built up area, a lot of time. Like, they did have a nice little garden, a little growing area, and the people that were supporting that were doing an amazing job. Like, they were creating something amazing. I'd love to go back and see what they've done to this one.
For, but I don't know. But it's all about impact. Like, we want kids to go back and talk about this at the weekend with their friends they see, and talk about their gardening journey. So, or their garden adventure they did at school. So having 600 children is definitely going to be something that they're going to remember, and it's all about memories, isn't it? So yeah, exciting times. And I feel like for the whole of this tour, all I've talked about is being nervous. I'm always nervous about stuff. I am nervous about this one.
Especially as we're running late.
Especially as we're running late. But that's how we do things best, isn't it? So yeah, see how we get on.
What about over there? Have you got a story over there? Okay. Everyone else waiting for water.
Yeah, I think this is awesome. Like, they're doing so well. When we started this tour, I wasn't sure how the sessions were going to go, but they're like so reactive and they absolutely love it. So I think, yeah, it's going really well. So I'm really excited about it.
I think the funding for schools is an issue with gardening. It's not necessarily a mainstream part of the curriculum, and the funding that they get per student is obviously quite low. So I think anything that people can do to sort of help support their local schools and get involved is a really good thing.
Right, so
here we go, guys. Final day of tour. Feeling tired tonight. I feel like I fell in, but this is it. This is the final day of tour. What you're about to see right now. There was another school after that. We went to Chelmsford as well on the way back to Culture. We now are back in the Culture. This is my daughter's school. You're going to see Olive in this little bit in a sec. Final day.
When I was younger, a little story for you, right? My granddad came into my school and talked about World War II in front of all my school, and I always remember that, even though I think I must have been about 7 years old. So this is my daughter's school, so hopefully when she's older, when she's 32, she'll be talking about her dad coming in and getting the whole school gardening. So he's fingers crossed to that.
I think for children who don't possibly have access to gardens or parents that know about growing, us doing it in school makes it accessible to them and gives them something to go back home and to ask, and for parents to see us doing it in school is really, really important.
Big up to Mrs. Mitchelson, by the way. That's Mrs. Mitchelson from Olive's school, who's been massive support for the school plan by letting us film there for it. So big up. She's a great teacher. Great head teacher.
I
love you. I love her so much.
So we're here at Friars Grove, my school.
We hit a few extra schools, by the way, in this. You wouldn't have seen it. They didn't make it, but we hit a few extra schools in Culture. This is actually the last school we went to
when I was younger.
You're going to see my mate Matt J.
And it's just really quite strange actually to come back to your old school and do something like this. It's exciting, it's the final school of the tour, and yeah, I'm excited. Remembering all the teachers that used to be here. I wonder if they're still here now. And
they weren't. They weren't, guys.
And remembering how much gardening we used to do. I remember we didn't used to do too much gardening. I use that a lot in my talks. When I was at Friars Grove, all we had was a dirty pond that we used to do pond dipping, and that was about it. So it'd be quite awesome to see how things have changed, or even after all this time, how I can sort of change their view of what they can do with the kids. So yeah, final school.
We have travelled all over the country, visiting over 20 schools, starting 20 school allotments and getting over 10,000 children gardening in just 1 week, and we have returned here to Colchester to my very own school, Friars Grove! Yes, that's what I'm talking about, everyone. It's good to be back. And
Do you have like events that come into school and it's sort of like lots of excitement in it?
Oh, so anyway, they have got that dirty pond still, but they've now got a little allotment out the back as well. And you're about to see my mate Matt J.
Fizzles out. Is that thing that happens?
I think school's so busy and we have so many events that sometimes you end up just moving from one to the next. But something that will just keep it going, especially having the allotment here, is something we can do longer term. But having that mental trigger around school, posters and ongoing
Like
input from Lee and resources from Lee would be fantastic.
I talk a lot about not doing much gardening when I was at school. Like, this just shows that maybe like teachers' minds have changed, the way that like education systems changed quite a bit. But they want to get out there. They know the benefits of getting kids outside. Right?
Okay, everyone. This is where it gets serious. That wheels me in for a little conversation. Let's get real about this. Hey, let's get real. Let's get the nuts and crannies of this team.
Yeah, I'm not saying like, is it going to actually make a difference? Just
Yeah, I do think so. Yeah, which is going to get. It's going to get people. Yeah, I do think it's going to make a difference, but it's going to get people talking. It's going to get them talking. This Friday today. This is what they're going to be talking about all weekend. Like everyone coming out here.
It's got to work out with the follow-up as well.
Absolutely. It's got to be a follow-up. Go on, get to it.
Good job.
A little bit of tension going on here, guys. It was like, absolutely, man. Leave me alone. I'm going to do my thing. Dale. Oh dear. Gets deeper than that in a sec, guys.
Everyone.
I'll come to you in a second.
I think I high-fived every single child in that school. Every single one.
This, as this was a school that me and Lee like went to infants and primary schooling, it gives me a lot of energy for the finale of the tour. I'm just really hopeful that Lee has got some answers to how to keep gardening happening in school, because that's something I've learned so much here on this tour. I think Lee thought it was like mostly about, you know, I love my brother, but mostly about putting a confetti cannon in the air. But I think
it was just about the confetti cannon.
He now realises that someone needs to do something which is consistent instead of just sugary pop, as I call it. You know, sugary pop is great, but it wears off. We need something that's consistent for all of the infants, primary years. So yeah.
Oh, look what's happened, bro. Look what's happened. Big up to Dale. Big up to Abe, by the way, making an amazing documentary. Big up to Dale. Behind the scenes, my confidant. Always pushing us along. So yeah. Fizzy pop. I forgot that little phrase. We should probably use that more in some interviews.
Coming back, it's the end of the tour now.
Yeah, end of the tour.
Tell.
Yeah, it's the end of the tour. It's been good. I have really mixed feelings about how I feel. I really want this to end really happy. I have some really mixed feelings about how I feel about this last day. Like, one, like, it's amazing what we've done.
Oh, it's been
for the children that have gone through the gardening lesson and had the one-to-one with you. It's been an experience for them.
Definitely. Which, like I said before, like, hopefully they're going to like take home with them and remember. Like
well, one of the teachers said that doesn't really happen.
What? What?
He said.
Did that become a confetti? No one laughed. What? 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 Unbelievable.
He said that unless there's consistency, then it just gets forgotten about. And that was what one of the teachers at a school said.
I feel like
there's nothing worse than your brother saying, "Been pointless this week, innit?" I don't know what you think. It's been pointless this week. I'm going to run out of battery on my thing. Right, gone.
We've done an amazing thing. Like, it feels like a real sense of achievement, but it's very slightly on a downer on it. We have been part of a campaign. Like, we've done the campaign. We've got 10,000 children gardening, which is amazing. At the same time, like you say, if there's no consistency, if there's no follow-up, if this is just done and finished, then we are part of the problem. Dragging you guys into it. We are part of... like, I'm part of the problem if nothing else happens after this, which is something that I didn't expect to one, even think about, and two, it's like almost a burden. Not a burden, that's the wrong word.
Good more words, good more words.
But it's a big thing now. Like, we've done all these schools, and I feel like I've promised to follow it up and make sure they do well. So 100% I need to do that before we
How are you going to follow up and make them do well?
I think...
Wait, I've just come off the back of a tour, mate, for a week. You let me sleep a little bit and celebrate my birthday, and then I'll talk about it.
Look, I'm one man, I'm one person. There are
one mission.
Are loads of organisations and loads of brands that want kids gardening. And everyone's out for the glory. Everyone wants it as a marketing thing and wants it as that picture of I did this. I got all these kids gardening. We've got plenty of photos of me doing that, but
plenty.
I've done plenty. But that's it. Like, once it's done, that's it. That's done. Everyone's got them photos now. Everyone's done their campaigns. Why can't everyone now come together, bring in their resources, start speaking to some of these teachers? What do they actually need? What do they actually want? And work together on it. Why can't that happen instead of everyone just taking the glory?
I think that there needs to be a template for this. That's if I was you, I would create a template.
Good idea.
But like, a bit like, go on.
But you're right. Yeah, I do want to create a template.
There's too much confusion, and I don't know where to start. Don't know what to, like, you give them your book, they're like, oh yeah, we could do this. Like, it gives them something. It gives them a structure to work to. So if you could pick some of them schools, if you could pick up that a lot, the way they do the allotments, and just be able to replicate that across the schools. Also, don't work with brands that don't want a future-proofed plan.
Oh, I think I've sorted that tonight, Dale. Don't worry. Don't worry about that.
But what I'm saying to you is, I think yes, great. I think 100% I need to create some sort of template. But if I just go off on my own and do a template and say, here you go, schools, I'm just being part of that problem.
Well, then bring gardeners together to solve it together as a community.
This is for...
So, right, yeah. So, obviously at the moment it's not happening. We've got the school plan out, it's happening, yeah. I am behind the scenes trying to bring all organisations together. We're close to one big one, yeah. You already know, who it would be. We're very close to making that happen. It's a long process, man. It's a long process. I got asked the other day. Are you a registered charity? Because we'd love to work with you if you're a registered. I'm not a registered charity. Are you a non-profit organisation? No, I'm not a non-profit organisation. Because I ain't got time to sit for a year going through different processes and trying to raise money to make this happen. All this is out of my own pocket, yeah? We're not here to mess around. We're here to actually make it happen. And we are trying to get other organisations on board because I think together we're stronger. I think that's the way. But I won't lie to you. I'll do a whole show about this. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. I've had some brands some big brands want to get on board with this. I had to remember this conversation because there was a point in last year, could have done something. I didn't do it because it would have served me well, but it would not have served the cause well. Could that was serving me well. But yeah, we're trying, man. We're trying to get organisations on board and together and bring them. It's a very hard thing to do.
Good thing. Yeah. Oh no, I know it is. But when you do something good, you're going against. You're going to be a salmon swimming upstream.
For good.
You don't like when you offered. Like here's the example. You offered people to advertise on your podcast, and I know you didn't have no other agenda apart from there's space on my podcast. I haven't got a sponsor at the moment. And look what happened. They're like, "But what's in it for you?"
Yeah.
That's a prime example of what you're dealing with.
Yeah, but I mean,
don't worry about the camera.
No, I'm not.
Don't just.
What I'm saying is, I actually like how I can't get into this kids gardening thing. Like,
you either drop it or you.
Or I can either. No, actually, don't say that word. I can either go around and be on stage in a gold jacket and say, "Look, kids," and get them excited, and then that's it. Or we can actually do some good and.
I will still be doing the gold jacket thing. I love that.
At the end of it, when they're 30, they'll turn around and say, "Yeah, we do gardening," and they're not going to say it's a Skinny Jean gardener, but they're going to be gardeners. There we go, end of the tour. But not the end of the story.
Okay. Because your head looks like a potato.
I can't believe you just said that.
My head does not look like a potato. How do I say that? Aid says, Aid on the field, go check him out.
You can plant anything. If you have a windowsill, you have water and light, you can plant.
Big up the tour director, Dale Conley.
I'm just too excited!
She was the most excited girl in the whole week.
I think you have to have a commitment and belief behind it.
Yeah.
I think it's about the whole child and the absolute right for them to learn outside as well as inside, to connect the two.
Oh, Lee's energy and enthusiasm is amazing. It's so important that we get kids gardening, out in the garden and getting mucky.
As it stands, I'm feeling, is it just all marketing? Is that what we're doing here? Can we do more? Questions.
The answer ultimately is yes. We can do more. We can do a lot more. And that is why I've created the Schools Garden Success Plan. I could have called it Lee Connolly Gardening for Schools Foundation, but I didn't. I'm excited. I'm so just excited to get it out there. I really am. And I'm excited that I've shown you. I feel really bad. I know you're saying don't say sorry, but I feel bad going off on one earlier about social media. I think I do feel emotional about that because of after I've gone into. I'm not going to go into it now. The School Garden Success Plan is out now, and we are working and trying to get different organisations and brands on board to get it out there. It's literally as cheap as I can possibly make it. And if we can get brands and organisations on board that can either make it cheaper or get it out to schools for nothing, then that is the way I'm going forwards in the future with different bits. So there you have it. That's it. That's what I'm saying. How about it? I'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions, then please get in touch on lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk or the social media, ironically, all the social medias if you want to find out more about the School Garden Success Plan, or skinnyjeangardener.co.uk/school success. And together, me and you, we can do this. I really think this is going to happen. We're going to make this out. It's going to grow and grow. until there's no question about should we get kids gardening. Just be, yeah, it's happening. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Much love. See you later. Facilia. Or Pacilia. You just read it off there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear Anon. I've done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, elephant poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass.